How are you doing? Whew. It's that time again. It's Wednesday, hump day.
Thank God. Woohoo! Hump day.
I know. I know. And we have another exciting channel to talk with today. So let's get on with this show. And I hope everybody in the chatter box is doing good. So we'll get ahead on. And hello, everyone. And we'd like to thank you so much for being here with us tonight. And welcome to the chatter box. And for those who are new to the channel, here you'll find 3 women who dive in to discuss, debate, and explore a variety of topics. And today we're just going to hang out and chat with the lovely, I would have to say Kurt, Jen, and Connor, the Traveling Larsons. And we can't forget about their dog Buddy either.
Right.
So if you haven't seen their videos or met them before, it's really going to be a treat. So as you are down there socializing today, we, the creators of Let's Talk About It Live, challenge you to rise by lifting others and spreading kindness. With that said, I'm Teresa with Meant to Be RV.
BB with Beyond Beauty 3.
And I'm Nettie from Mal Nettie Living Free Zipcoless.
Let's take a minute and welcome everyone over here in the chat. We have Van Life with Gina Payne, Brianna Elizabeth, Nomadic Hippie, Box Van D, the Traveling Larsons, Mel Nettie, hi.
Hey.
The Dry Campers, K&R Destination. And I think that's it for now. People are just starting to kind of flow in. So I think we will bring up the Traveling Larsons if they're ready now.
Awesome.
Thumbs up? All right. Hello, happy place. I see you sneaking in down there. Hello.
Hi, everybody. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi there.
I hope everybody's doing well.
Yes. So glad it's Wednesday.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
It feels like a Monday. If I'm being honest, today somehow feels like a Monday, and I don't know why.
Don't say that, please. I have 2 more days.
I was gonna say.
Today was Monday number 3 for me. So
I agree. Definitely agree with that. So,
Yeah.
All right. Well, do we want to get the Larsons to kind of introduce themselves and just give a little brief introduction of themselves to the chat?
So I'm Kurt. Yeah.
He's Connor.
He's Connor.
I'm Jennifer. Hi.
And we are the Traveling Larsons, and we live in a Keystone Bullet travel trailer. And we bought this about a year and a half ago, about 18 months ago. Mm-hmm. And we travel the country wherever work sends me.
Yep.
So currently we are in Rice Lake, Wisconsin.
Wow.
So, but this is our 4th state working in this year.
Yep.
So 4th state that I've been in working this year. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
What kind of work do you do, Kurt?
I manage commercial construction projects. So the main thing for everybody that follows me on Instagram knows I mainly go to Taco Bells. So wherever there's a new Taco Bell to be built, I'm either my company's probably building it. So.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
I absolutely love Taco Bell. Now, being in Texas, I really don't think that's Mexican food, but I love Taco Bell.
Right?
I do love Taco Bell too.
Oh, yeah. Now, I wanted to ask you, Kurt and Jen, I know you travel. That's what you're doing for your work, but is this something that you wanted to do, or it's just as far as the traveling aspect, to sell your home and get on the road, or is it what works?
You want to give the 30-second version of this?
Well, when we were living in our sticks and bricks house, Kurt would come home, you know,
I'd usually come home at like
every
Friday
other
night,
weekend, maybe,
you know.
if we were lucky.
Yeah.
And I
I
was still working a full-time job. He was out of town. Connor was going to school, and you know, we kind of had to coordinate all that. Connor needed a little extra help in school that they weren't able to give him at the private school he was going to. So we kind of looked it up and looked into the online schooling thing, and it ended up being a really good option for our family. And so we actually started doing that at home. And then I started talking to him about, you know, it'd be kind of cool if we got an RV and we could go with you. Is that a thing? Can people do that? And then we started realizing it really was a thing, and tons of people were doing it, and we're really successful doing it. And we thought, well, that sounds like so much. And so then we were born.
Hours.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't a lot. We were, granted, work pays for me being out of town, but we were still 2 households, and you know, only, you know, not up. And so Jennifer quit, retired, whatever you want to call her job.
Yeah.
She had a really good job, you know. And you know, I asked my employer us doing this, and they're all about family. The guys I work with, you spend time with your family, and that's what's most important. And you know, my boss, who's one of our company owners, said, you know, I mean, my family didn't go with me all the time when I was in your position, but you know, they go with me on weekends or spring break or that type of stuff. So February of 2018, we headed down to Bakersfield, California from Portland, Oregon. We used to live in Hillsboro, Oregon, west of Portland. And literally, you know, went through the whole, you cover all your furniture up and no, we'll be back in 6 months. And we were in Bakersfield like and have never been back.
It took us a while though to find the RV that we wanted. I mean, we, you know, our sights were set really, really high at first, and we were like, well, we can't afford that.
So
and then we
came to realize that there's East Coast models and West Coast models of RVs. I never knew this. And on the East Coast model, and we had talked about we had found it in Indiana and Philadelphia. And we had talked about flying out there, looking at it, buying it, and having it shipped to the West Coast, the one that we wanted. And then Tacoma RV, which is just south of Seattle, Washington. We went to the Seattle RV show February last year, and they had the one that we wanted. They had 2 models in stock just for a test run of them, and got it right on the spot at the show. That was it. I mean, it was an RV that we walked into second or third, and it was like, okay, well, we found ours, and we'll take it. So we're in the process of planning our next upgrade.
Yeah. After you live in one for a while, you realize, I wish I had this, or I wish I would have done this, or in my next one, I'll do this, you know? And so that's kind of, we found one that we think will fit our needs a little bit better down the road. But
when we bought this, we didn't plan on living in it full time, is really what it comes down to. We planned on
a few months here, a few months there.
A few months here and there between projects, you know. I mean, basically, I would say since middle of December last year, I've had 3.5 months off work.
Yeah.
Some of that, probably 7 weeks of that due to the coronavirus. So, you know, we didn't plan on living in it full time. And then it's more financially lucrative for us to live in it full time.
And we like it.
Yeah.
We just really enjoy having our stuff with us all the time. We have our own space. Yeah. So it's kind of neat.
So that's I'll say that's the story on how we got started. I don't know where we go from here. Where we go from here is a new truck and a new trailer are next. I don't think we've talked about buying what we're going to probably call the Traveling Larsons homestead or the Traveling Larsons farm or something like that. And we've talked about buying a home base. We're just not sure where we want to do that yet.
We go to so many places. We're like, that'd be a great place to do it. Oh, but that's a good place too. Oh, but look at that one. That's nice. Look at that town.
So many decisions.
Not sure where we want to
do it. Yeah, exactly.
But who knows? There's a lot to come. We have a lot of stuff in planning for the next, I'll say, year and a half for our YouTube channel and for our lives. So, yeah.
It looks like you have a visitor. Mandy Gates says, "Hey, Jen,
hi, Mandy,
and Connor."
Oh, hi, Mandy.
Hi, Mandy.
And I have a quick question.
Is my sister-in-law.
Oh, cool.
I have a quick question for Connor. What is his all-time favorite thing about being on the road?
I'm not sure he has one.
What's your favorite thing about being on the road?
You can give me more than one. That's fine.
Because when you there's always the potty.
That is not where I thought you were going.
Easy question.
This is my kind of kid right here. He likes to talk about the potties. I ask everyone
Rest
I
stops are
interview
not
about
always
their
necessary.
bathroom. So every time I interview someone, I ask them about the bathroom. So me and you, we're best buds. That's it.
We have two, not just one, but two.
Yeah, 2 bathrooms.
There's nothing out there on the road.
Always.
So are you looking towards getting into a fifth wheel or a bumper pull again?
Fifth wheel.
We will be buying a fifth wheel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the plan right now is we have our sights on a Durango Gold, and that will be I think it's a mid bunk.
It's a mid bunk, model.
It actually has a patio that folds down off the back. Mm-hmm. Something a little bit more comfortable. Mm-hmm. So something
a little bigger.
Something a lot bigger.
Yeah.
And something that will be more comfortable, more room. So
this is a little bit too tight.
I have no idea why Uncle Lisa is asking this, but Uncle Lisa wants to know, is Kurt from a Swedish descent?
Partially.
Oh.
So mainly Hungarian. Mainly Hungarian, but yeah, there's some Swedish there on my dad's side.
Wow, Uncle Lisa knew.
Good peg, Uncle Lisa. So what was one of Connor's others besides the bathroom?
I think it was perfect.
What's your other?
He's thinking.
Yeah. Well, can I say one?
Sure.
He always says that his bed in his bedroom is very comfortable.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
We actually, the way his bedroom is set up, there was storage underneath his bed, and it was just perfect for us to cut part of it out, slide the dog kennel underneath there, and so the dog and him are back there. He's got his own TV. He can go back there. He's 11. He's that, preteen. He wants his own time and his own space too.
Space, yeah.
So he can go back there, but he'll, only be back there for a little bit and come out and plop down on the couch with us.
Yeah.
So,
Connor, Do you want your own YouTube channel?
Well,
Sometimes I watched a few.
so he actually has one.
Okay.
He's trying to get up the nerve to do his videos. So
Yeah.
he and his brother wanted to start like a video gaming one, and he did one as a test, like a video as a test that I thought was really good. He was really good at talking through the video or the game that he was on. I think he's a little shy right now. He's a little
Talking, like
playing.
Yeah, just playing videos. Just playing video games.
maybe some like some gaming exclusive.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We have a question from the chatterbox from Nomadic Hippie. He says, has Connor found it difficult making
Nomadic.
friends his age out on the road, or has it been pretty easy to find people to play with and have fun?
I'll say easy because I've met friends and
We had
lost.
a lot of states. Friends in Bakersfield.
Yeah.
He had some friends up in Enumclaw, Washington.
Yep.
In the place we are right now, it's kind of difficult because there's really nobody around us.
I mean,
Anybody
Yeah.
until the weekend, and then they're really little kids. But honestly, anytime we go somewhere, we were a little worried about that when we went out on the road, that he was going to have a hard time socially because he's kind of a not really withdrawn kid, but he's not the most forthcoming.
Right.
And but he's been doing great. I mean, he can go to a pool and make friends within a few minutes, and they're out there playing for hours. So it seems like anywhere we go, he makes friends pretty easily.
Oh, cool.
We have another question from Daydream About Nice Things. He says, question,
Hi,
Happy
Gary.
Place Camping wants to know if you have ever found a Daydream sticker while out hiking.
A Daydream sticker while out hiking. I don't think so. Have we? I don't think
We're
so.
everywhere.
We're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Once you find one,
I know they're everywhere. I heard that.
Wherever you go, you might find one.
So, how do you guys like boondocking? Are you enjoying it?
We mainly boondock when we're traveling across the country.
When we're on our way somewhere.
So back-to-back travel days, we boondock, and I would say our go-to is usually Cabela's or Cracker Barrel are usually our go-to for boondocking.
Yeah.
Mainly because they're usually right on an interstate. When we're going somewhere, I only get so many days to travel usually. So
You can have a good breakfast
Yeah.
too at Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
or dinner or both. Yep. Dinner, breakfast, both. Yeah. The Cabela's, there's a little bit of story behind the Cabela's. So the story behind the Cabela's, if you watched one of our recent videos, is because Cabela's has the lemon drops that we love. And that's stop. We go in, we buy, we spend the night, and we leave. So,
Yeah.
so Cabela's. There's a reason why we stop there.
Yeah.
And they're safe.
I mean,
Safe areas.
we've never had an issue. I don't think anywhere that we boondocked. In fact, there's another video that we just posted I think last week, we boondocked at a rest area at Theodore Roosevelt National
Wayside.
Park. Yeah, Wayside. Theodore
That was a
Roosevelt
nice
National Park has a visitor center right on I-90, I-94 in North Dakota, and it was perfect. I mean, we went to the national park.
Buffalo.
We stopped there. felt perfectly safe.
Mhm.
Take off the next morning.
And
And we have it all. I saw it on the trails here. Yeah, December last year. Trailer. We knew that we were going to be taking a 4-week trip, actually down your way. We went through down to Houston, through Texas, and we did some boondocking that wanted to make sure that we had solar for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who else is in there?
Nomadic Hippie.
Anybody?
Nomadic Hippie says, at the rest area at Roosevelt Park, when you're overlooking the canyon, if you look out, there's sometimes you see wild horses.
Yeah, I heard about that, and that is the view from that rest area is it's amazing because you're sitting up on this bluff. You look down at I think it's called Painted Hills.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
You look down at Painted Hills, and it's just beautiful.
What is it called?
Especially, we got there right at sunset. Painted Hills. We got there right at sunset. It was just beautiful.
And we did see wild horses when we were driving through the national park, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, driving through the national park, we did see wild horses. Mm-hmm. The great thing about Theodore Roosevelt National Park is they actually have a trailer drop area. So we were actually able to drop our trailer, then go back down to the visitor center, and then drive through the national park, pick up the trailer, and leave. It worked great. It was awesome.
And remember that, like, when we parked the trailer, there was a buffalo.
There was a buffalo over
on
there.
a hill, and it was just laying.
Yep.
Oh wow!
That was really nice.
Yeah, this kid saw wildlife from miles away.
Oh yeah, Connor and wildlife.
Yes, he's got eagle eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well,
I saw.
Oh, go ahead.
I saw like 2 buffalo, like right, like next to the canyon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe a few more buffaloes. I'm not really sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely saw buffaloes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
And some prairie dogs. A lot of prairie dogs.
Oh
You were the one
yeah.
who spotted the
Prairie dog.
Yellowstone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, he spotted the mountain goats in Yellowstone that, just blended in with the hillside.
It's like, what are we looking at? What are we looking at?
And then there
We
was
were there right towards the end of June,
there was 2 baby mountain goats.
The Yellowstone video is taking some time to edit, so it's too long at the moment.
Yeah.
So it might have to be like a 4-part series. So,
Yeah.
but in our travels, if there's a national park along the way, we have to stop. We absolutely got to stop. So we stop at all of them. So.
Well, I wanted to congratulate you for hitting 1K.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
How exciting.
We haven't officially announced it yet, but yes, we hit 1K. We had a we posted a lot of videos, and we've really been working on our tags and our SEO and all that type of stuff. And we just, we hit this peak. Just amazing.
Yeah.
So
That is awesome.
So a lot more watch hours, but we hit our 1K. Thank you. Greatly appreciate that. So
Congratulations.
Yep.
Yeah, that's wonderful news.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Took a while, but it happened. Final.
Yeah.
We it's really funny. I spend a lot of time because honestly at work I haven't this week, but I normally have some downtime throughout the day, and so I'll work on some, we'll call it personal stuff. And it's really funny to look at the analytics on videos, and it's almost addicting. And I've had a lot of people ask me about how do I get my YouTube channel to grow? And I'm like, I got no idea. I'm still trying to grow mine,
Trying.
And it's really funny. And, Mark Bailey over at The Art of RVing, Mark and I, we talk a lot, and, we'll text back and forth, and thank you everybody for your congratulations.
Thank you.
Mark and I will talk a lot, and we'll text back and forth, and we've talked about analytics, and it's addicting. It's addicting to look at analytics. It really is. At least for me, it is. Yeah. And the funny thing about it is, our highest watched videos are always our RV DIY videos. They just are. It's really funny. I mean, I just uploaded one last night that will go live on Sunday. Sundays are our post days, 6 p.m. We're originally so, but our RV DIY videos are just, I got my employer waiting to watch my videos on Sundays now. I mean, two of the three guys that own the company I work for, they wait at 6 p.m. on Sundays to watch our videos now, and they're like, "Wow, you're really good at those DIYs. Oh, well, I should do that."
Yeah, that's exciting.
Thanks, Gary. Appreciate the congratulations. Daydream about nice things. Thank you, Gary. So
yeah, I remember when I met you on Instagram. I was so glad that I met you. And it was just trying to get you out there and let people see who you were. Because your channel is really cool. I love everything you do on that. So just to see when I met you back then to where you're at today, that's amazing. You guys are doing wonderful.
Yeah. Well, and to meet you guys, to meet Gary, to meet Bob and Debbie over at Blue Wave. I mean, the Amy and Jeff at Our Crazy RV Life. I never realized how much of it's not even a community; it's a family. I mean, to really watch how all of us are there and support, our other RVers that are going through hard times, our other RVers to help them grow. It's not a community; it's a family, is what it is. So, and it's it's like your long lost cousin that you talk to or you see on YouTube, but you'd never have met in person. And then eventually you get to meet them in person. So, yeah, it's great.
These ladies, I'm sorry, these ladies are bad. They're sending me text messages, and if you haven't noticed, there's a horse topic that we should just never discuss. It got brought up in the chat, so I apologize for laughing.
Well, I haven't been watching the chat, so.
We do have a question over here for you from the chat, though. The question is, have you had any breakdowns and had to deal with any emergency stuff on the road? And
at Texas.
Okay, so I got to tell the story. I really got to tell the story.
It's a real fun story.
I had January 2nd of last year, I put in vacation time because in my company, got to put it in. I put in vacation time. We were going to leave the day before Thanksgiving. We were all going to go down to Houston. We were flying my stepson and his girlfriend down there. We're all going to go down to Houston. And then we're going to go over to San Antonio. And it was supposed to be for 2 weeks, basically. I was going to be off work for 2 weeks. And because when I'm working, I mean, it can be 80 hours a week.
Wow.
So, my boss asked me I was in Ohio. I was running our Midwest operations because I actually help oversee a lot of the field operations in our company. And can you push your vacation off? Just wait until the jobs are done for the year. We always close at the end of the year. Basically, we close for 2 to 3 weeks anyways at the end of every year. Just push your vacation. Sure, no problem. Well, that turned from leaving on a Friday to leaving Saturday to leaving Monday. And finally I called you and said, we're out of here in 2 hours. Pack, leave, we're out. And it was like a Wednesday. and just middle of the day, just left and drove from Kent, Ohio we made it to almost Cincinnati, I think, and in the snow.
Oh.
And so we had to be into Houston. We were going to Jetstream RV Park down by NASA Space Center, Houston. And we had to be down there Saturday because Jennifer's son, my stepson, Michael, and his girlfriend were flying down from Portland. And if you've never been on the Gulf Highway, whichever interstate that is, it's like this. And it's like this the entire way. And so I'm going slow. I notice nobody's passing us. I'm looking in the mirror and nobody's passing us. I'm like, oh my goodness. And so we're in the slow lane. I drive 55, 60 miles an hour. I don't haul the trailer at 70. And so there's like a lady in the far fast lane.
Yeah, doing exactly what Connor's doing right now.
So we pull over. Now, mind you, when we bought our RV, when we bought our truck, when we buy anything, I do a lot of research. So I called Keystone and said, "Hey, how much weight can my bumper hold?" "Oh, 400 pounds. "Oh, okay, sounds great. Why? What are you putting on it?" "Just a bike rack." That bike rack was dragging down the freeway.
Yeah.
Because the bumper broke off.
Yeah.
And the bottom welds made. We're in a emergency lane on the right side of the interstate. And
barely big enough for us.
It wasn't big enough for us.
Yeah.
And
I have to tear all the bikes off. Connor's bike is damaged, but salvageable.
my old
His old bike. Jennifer's bike was trashed. My bike was even more trashed. The spare tires on the back, it luckily was saved. And so here I am on the side of the highway trying to tear this bumper off the back of the trailer.
Yeah. Luckily, he carries all these tools with him.
Because I'm in construction.
Yeah. Right.
I have tools. I have to dig through the truck, grab a cordless grinder out to grind up the bumper on the side of the highway, put all the stuff in the back of the truck because I'm not going to just leave it on the side of the highway. Couldn't fit my bike in the back of the truck. Leave my bike on the side of the highway.
Then someone takes
Figured if it's there later, I'll stop and pick it up. We take off. And we're like, it's tonight. Michael and Karina, his girlfriend, they'll be here shortly. We're going to just splurge tonight and go to a really nice dinner and just, go into downtown Houston and have fun. And that's what we did. A couple days go by, we're leaving Houston. And I look at one of the tires on the truck. Literally, I'm hooking up the trailer. Look at one of the tires on the truck. Knowing that the front tires needed to be replaced anyways, because, when you tow, they kind of wear and bald.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, we'll replace them on this trip, but, I want to get some more life out of these. They're only a couple months old. Tire a flat. Now, we just had a flat up in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
What, a week prior?
Yeah.
So we had a flat in Cincinnati. We lost our bumper on the way down in Houston. And we had another flat.
Yeah.
So we've been buying our tires at America's Tire Company, discount tire, whatever they are in your area. And so I found one that was like 15 minutes away, drive down there, and the guy looks at him and goes, "I'm not patching that. Those are too bald." I'm like, okay. So I had to buy new tires after I had one patched. And we just went through all this. So I guess that's a long way of saying, that is the worst one that we had.
And then
The other one that we had was we were in Jamestown, North Dakota on the 2nd. We stayed there the 2nd of July, so just about a month ago. Jamestown, North Dakota. We stayed at I think it was a BLM or Department of, it was a federal campground. We stayed at this campground, hooked up the trailer, left to go to the Buffalo Museum, which was closed, grab dinner and go back. And we go back, and there's water pouring out inside of the trailer.
No.
Never And of course, I'm not, I'm in such a panic pulling up to the trailer because I see water pouring out the side of the trailer that I'm not even thinking, oh, let's shoot video about this. Now I did later. It still needs to get posted. But basically, no damage in the trailer, no water in the trailer. What happened was the valve in the water pump that is supposed to remain closed broke inside the water pump. So of course I Google, I YouTube all these videos about how to fix this, and I'm going through and trying to fix it, and yeah, it didn't get fixed. So now we can't hook up city water. We have to use the water pump because it works with the water pump, but it doesn't work with city water because on city water, it backfills into the water tank, to the freshwater tank, and then flows out the side of the trailer. So now we're in North Dakota, which is like mainly no man's land. We're headed to Fargo, find a water pump at an RV dealer.
Because none of the DIY things on YouTube would work.
Because none of the DIY things on YouTube worked.
Which we thought would be great. We're like, oh, that's an easy fix. Let's do that.
I tried to order one on Amazon Prime and pick it up in Fargo, and try to do an hour pickup or a next day pickup or whatever, and couldn't. So find one. That was like $120. So now I'm spending $120 to replace the water pump. We get to where we're going. It's hotter than, because we were staying somewhere in Minnesota the next night. We get there, go to replace the water pump. It is, it's 100 degrees, 95 degrees.
Very humid.
And get the water pump replaced. Yeah.
So
it sounds like it's time for an upgrade.
We have another question.
It's like I keep saying, they're not made for what us full timers do with them.
Right.
We have a 2-year warranty on this, and when we bought it, we were actually given a full lifetime warranty. So the lifetime warranty would have covered the water pump, but I don't think warranties are worth the paper they're printed on most of the time. So. A lot of that stuff I fix myself. It's a great video. As I said,
it's still besides that, when you take it in for warranty work, it's there like 2 or 3 months.
Right. And
that's if you can find someone that'll do it, because they don't make any money when they do it.
Right. So we were thinking of that. That's actually a good point. So we were in Kent, Ohio, and because we couldn't find any place to put the trailer past the end of September, we went into a corporate apartment. And so we were staying in a corporate apartment, and I thought, hey, because we had a couple tears in the floor. Don't know how they got there from the slide, but there was a couple tears in the floor. Figured, well, we'll get those fixed. There's a couple other things that we need done. We never put a bumper. I guess it's that way. Never put a bumper on the back of the trailer again. Never plan on it. Just leave it off. But there's some other warranty work we wanted done. Figured, okay, well, we'll get it done. So I called the local Keystone dealer. They said, well, did you buy it here? No. But you're a Keystone dealer. Yeah. Well, we're not going to do we're not going to do your warranty work. Why not? Because we don't get paid for it. What do you mean you don't get paid for it? It's warranty work. Submit the bill to Keystone.
Right.
So then I called Keystone to complain. And Keystone said, well, just call wherever you're at, or take it back to where you bought it from. Well, I'm in Kent, Ohio. I bought it in Tacoma, Washington, 3,000 miles away. And basically, Keystone, they didn't tell me I'm out of luck, but it was more or less, if you can't find a dealer to do it, call a different dealer. If that dealer won't do it, call a different dealer. If that dealer won't do it, take it back to where you bought it from. And I told them, hey, next time I'm going through Indiana, maybe I'll knock on the door.
Yeah.
So we have another question for you from the Chatterbox. It's from Box Sandy, and she says, "How often does your job location change, or did I miss it? And does Connor want a brother or sister? Just wondering."
Okay. Let's answer the Connor question first. So
he has them. He's our youngest.
Yeah, Jennifer has a 21-year-old son. We got married when Michael was 6. So I've been in Michael's life since he was 4 years old. I have a 20-year-old daughter, and so we got married when she was 5, and we've been together since she was 3. Connor came along 11 years ago, so Michael was 10, and Tanea, my daughter, was 9. So Connor had a period of time. You know, I in fact, I just posted this on Instagram to pull through sites, and I said, well, Connor does have siblings, but he has the best of both worlds. He's also an only child.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know.
He loves it anytime he gets to spend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's such an age gap between them. I mean, they're more, I don't want to say parental figures to him, because Michael's not parental figure. Michael's you know,
let's coax him to do things he shouldn't be doing, kind of.
Yeah, you know, Michael's the one of, you know, I mean, Michael's a great kid, you know, 21, you know, he's still a kid, but Michael's a great kid, but it's, you know, hey, let me show you how to do this, and, you know, I can't get in trouble for it anymore, so.
Right now,
But the thing is, Michael has come out and seen us several times, and the last time we saw him in Southern Oregon, he taught Connor how to shoot a bow and arrow, so that was kind of neat.
So last year, Michael made a surprise trip out to Ohio. I knew about it. Jennifer didn't know because he flew out there for her birthday. So Michael flew out there. Him and his girlfriend met us in Texas. So we don't get to see him probably as much as we like.
Yeah.
And of course, I forgot Box Van D's other question. Oh, how often does the work location change? That's a really great question.
Usually every 3 to 4 months.
It's every 3 to 4 months. We've been here for 5 weeks. We're supposed to be here 14 weeks, but I'm trimming that down to 2. So I hope anybody that works for me is not watching. I'm trimming that down 2 weeks. So we're going to be here 3 months. Before we were here, we were in Portland for 2 weeks, but I wasn't working then. Yeah. And before we were in Portland, we were in Southern Oregon, in Klamath Falls, Oregon, which that was my second time going there. And we were there for 8 weeks. Yeah. So usually 3 months is normal. So, yeah, it really depends on the project, whether it's a new restaurant that I'm building or it's a remodel. So.
Jennifer.
I have a question for Connor. What's the craziest thing your brothers talked you into doing?
I'm not sure there is one because he knows better.
Hold your ears, parents. He's just going to tell us.
No, they can go back and watch this.
I have not. I don't.
Was there anything scary that he like convinced you to do that you like felt more confident doing with your big brother?
No.
No.
They do like the rough house a lot. They do that all the time.
They rough house a lot. Yeah, you know. Yeah.
Which just shakes the whole place, you know.
Yeah.
Shanna Kraft said, "Don't tell."
Right. Don't tell. Yeah. Yeah.
And Jennifer, I have a question for you, because with Connor, and I know you no longer work at your prior job, but with Connor, I take it now, are you more of a full-time teacher now? Is Connor homeschooling then?
Yeah, he does online school with it's called K-12 is the program, but each individual state has its own name for it. So he does it through the state of Oregon. So he does what's called Oregon Virtual Academy. And so they call me his learning coach. So I'm sitting there with him most of the time and kind of helping him through some of his lessons and making sure he stays on task, things like that. So yeah.
But I'm not doing school for the moment.
Right.
Because it's
summer, right?
So, you know, when the whole country went into lockdown and everybody was trying to figure out how to school from home, they're going, what's the big deal? We already do this.
Right.
We just continued on.
Yeah, they just, I mean, school just continued.
Actually,
it didn't.
That was one thing that he said. He was like, wait, other kids are out of school right now? He's like, that's not fair.
I know, right?
Home.
So, I mean, really,
days, you don't even get those, do you?
This is Connor's third. He just finished his third school year of Oregon Virtual Academy.
6th grade now.
Going into 6th grade, going into, you know, what in Oregon we consider middle school. Some states, I guess, would be junior high, but middle school. And he's made leaps. And, you know, Jennifer said here a while ago, you know, we had him in a private Christian school, and they can't provide the help that, you know, he needed, and he's made leaps and bounds, you know, schooling wise. I mean, it's, you know, I would say it's something we would recommend to anybody, you know, that's able to do it, obviously, and your kid's having issues or you want to go on the road. I mean, it's a great program. It really is. You know?
And, you know, it's interesting. I didn't think that he was going to be able to take part in like his speech or his, you know, in the private school, they couldn't do a lot of one-on-one stuff. And he's got small groups for reading, and he's got small groups for math, writing, and and then he's got his own, he's got a speech person that he does like a Zoom thing, 30 minutes. One-on-one thing every, you know, once a week. And he's made incredible strides in his schoolwork. So it's really been kind of fun to see. It's actually very funny because he's, you know, I wasn't sure at first. And my biggest fear when we even talked about it was like, I am not smart enough to teach them, you know, teach him. He's going to be like, you know, but actually they give you the entire, all the curriculum, and you basically just kind of go through it with them on the computer, and you've got books and stuff that kind of assist, but really everything's on the computer, even the book stuff.
So they send us, 2 or 3 boxes at the beginning of the school year. 3 years ago, they loaned us a laptop. They loaned us a printer. We're actually a 3 laptop family. But so they loan you a laptop, they loan you a printer, they provide, you know, all the course material. It's set up for a public school, but at home.
It's technically considered a charter school, so it does get funding through the state, but that they're constantly trying to fight for. But they do get funding from the state, and so it's kind of neat that they get, you know, a laptop and all this stuff, and it didn't cost us anything. So that's really nice.
Oh, nomadic hippie. I think Connor's going to be building vehicles here soon, if not RVs. I mean, you know, why not? So
because he wants not construction. He wants to do the opposite.
And then I'm going to, you know, everything.
Blow things up.
Yes, and also have a rental.
Is there a favorite destination that while you're out and traveling and working that you haven't been to that you might look forward to or hope to be able to get to see?
So Yellowstone was on our list. We went there when were we there? The 27th, 28th of June, but we were only able to stay 2 nights.
But that's okay. It was everything it's cracked up to be.
I mean, we will be back.
Oh, yeah.
We'd like to go back to the Grand Canyon. We went there a couple years ago when we were in Bakersfield. We want to get down to Big Bend National Park We want to get to Great Smoky Mountain. We had planned on going there and just ran out of time last year. We went to Niagara Falls when we were in Ohio last year.
Got really wet.
We would like, yeah, I got really wet on Maiden in the Mist. We had kind of take a break on YouTube because, I mean, when I was in Ohio, like 7 days a week, 16-hour days when I was there for a while. But a favorite destination, maybe a planned vacation. Can I put it that way?
Yeah.
I want to go to a lot of places on the East Coast. I want to, I've been to Virginia because my parents were in the military. So I've been to a lot of those areas, but I was, just a little bit older than him. And so I want to see it now that I can appreciate it as an adult. There's so much history on the East Coast, and I am such a history buff. When we were going from Ohio down to Texas, and we passed through a bunch of areas, and there were all these, Civil War battlefield sites and things that we just didn't have time to stop at. But I thought, oh man, I can't wait to go back to those places, Tennessee and all these places. So yeah, I'm excited to do that.
So, I mean, for me growing up, one reason that I took the job that I have, which I'll be here 4 years, the first week of September, was because travel was paid. And me growing up meant that we went, because I grew up in Portland, Oregon, and we went an hour and a half south to a campground that we always went to, or we went an hour and a half west to the beach to one of several campgrounds that we went to. That was how I grew up traveling. I didn't, being 2.5, 3 hours south of Seattle, I didn't even go to Seattle until I was, we were together. I was 20 or 21, 21, 22, before I went to Seattle for the first time. So part of me doing this was to travel. We are planning, talking, discussing about a large trip next year, in December of next year. And that would include a couple different countries and renting an RV in one of those countries. And we'll leave it at that at the moment. So
nice.
That's my favorite destination that I want to go to. So, but yeah, that's.
Because when you said,
don't spill the beans.
I'm not.
Don't spill the beans.
I'm not.
Don't spill the beans.
Like the back.
Oh, at the Grand Canyon? Yes.
Looks like wallpaper.
So we're at the Grand Canyon 2 years ago, Memorial Day weekend, and Connor says to me, "That looks like wallpaper across there." And we're on the south rim. Looks like wallpaper.
Yeah.
Do the aliens hang wallpaper there? I don't think so.
Nomadic Hippie said, it would be kind of cool to watch you guys do some YouTube videos teaching parents what it's like to homeschool your children. I would figure it would be extremely difficult.
I thought it was going to be. Like I said, I didn't think I was smart enough, but or I have just a tiny little problem with patience every now and then, just a little one. But I honestly, it's been so much easier than I thought it was going to be, just because of the program that we use. Because it's all literally laid out for me, and I just am there to kind of help guide him doing his work. So it's been really, really nice. Yeah.
So,
but that's a good idea. We should do that.
One thing I've also thought about, that is a good idea. Mm-hmm. One thing I've also thought about is like a day in the life in my job, for what I do, and posting a video about that. The problem is a lot of the stuff that I do is proprietary. Mm-hmm. And, so what I'm doing instead is I have a company drone, and I'm trying to do it every day. I've missed a few days here and there. Like Monday, Tuesday this week, I didn't take a drone picture, but I'm doing a snapshot from the same location with the drone every single day of the project that I'm working on. And so they're just pictures, but then I'm going to put that together in a YouTube video. So I actually post on Mondays. Yep. I actually post on Mondays on my Instagram page those pictures from the previous week. And, you know, it's really interesting about how many people are actually interested about that. So that's what gave me the idea to put together like the picture book, you know, in a YouTube video.
So Justin and Christina's RV Van Life said they plan on cyber schooling Michael. And then Diana Brianna Fairchild asked, is it K-12 or Connections? Diana Brianna Fairchild did both with her children.
We're doing K-12. I did a little bit of research into both, and K-12 just seemed to be a little bit of a better fit for our family. And so far, it's been great. So
Nice.
And Justin, Christina, and Michael's, how old's Michael now? 3 months old? 4 months old, isn't he?
Early.
Yeah, but he's already something.
I love the planning ahead. I mean, you know, my job's all about planning ahead, so I love the planning ahead. I think that's great, you know.
That's our YouTube child.
Well, we are at 56 minutes.
That is a
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Anything last they'd like to add, or?
Do you have anything coming up you'd like to talk about real quick?
Remember when you were talking about the
Sneak in there.
when he was talking to about the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
when we were going to Tacoma, are we,
Mm-hmm.
where you can buy them, I said, are we going to buy a trailer today?
Yep.
And then they said, no.
Just
And
looking.
then,
Just looking.
bam, we bought one.
Well, we found this one, right?
So, what we have coming up, there's a few things. There's a lot of, you know, we actually have a lot stacked up. So in case, you know, we're not going on adventures or don't have anything, we have a lot of content stacked up. So there's a lot of videos that are going to be released. There's a lot of DIY videos. I actually keep a running list of DIY videos. In my brain up here that is, you know, thinks about stuff and solves problems all the time. I'm actually working on a couple of different RV related products.
Nice.
That's coming up. We have a friend that has, I'll say an RV related product, but it can be used on anything. But her focus is RV.
We use it in our truck.
Yeah, we used it in our truck. We use it in our trailer. We actually have a video on it. It's called Trash Snap. So in partner with that, I'm working on a couple of different RV products. We just had our logo redesigned through a connection that we made with Life Rerouted, which they have a YouTube channel as well. We had our logo redesigned, same logo, new, I'll say updated colors, basically the same green color scheme. Right there on the shirt. We're having new apparel printed, so we'll do some stuff about that. And then when we do decide to buy a new truck and trailer, we're going to do a full, my plan was to do a full purchase video series. Going through the process, purchasing it. I've actually talked with KZRV, who makes the Durango Gold, about what they can do for us.
Mm-hmm.
So go through that process of purchasing a vehicle, purchasing a truck. What do you need for a new fifth wheel? What do you need? You know, how is it, you know, different from a travel trailer? So there'll be some stuff coming up there. We're just, you know, we're working out the different financial ends of when we actually make those purchases. So yeah, there's some good stuff coming up. I'd say at least in the next 6 months.
Great.
We're at 9:59 now, so thank you so much, Kurt, Jen, and Connor.
I'm going to go ahead and drop you down in the
It was such a great time.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. I'm going to drop you down.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Wow, that was a great interview. Definitely enjoyed them and definitely seeing things from a different view as well. And homeschooling, awesome.
Yeah.
Bathrooms.
Yes, that was bathrooms for BB. Always bathrooms for BB. But
That was great. They're a great family.
Yes, we enjoyed it and hope that all of you did in the chatter box as well. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate each and every single one of you. And next week's topic, we're going to talk about exes.
Exes.
And we'll have a special guest. So stay tuned.
Gonna get juicy.
Yeah.
Definitely stay tuned. Come back next week and watch us as we talk about exes. And again, to all of you down there in the chatter box, it wouldn't be the same without all of you being here to spend the evening with us. I'm Mike. I don't know what it is with that, but Mike and I, with Meant to Be RV, like to wish you all peace and happiness and good night.
I'm BB with Beyond Beauty 3, wishing you all much kindness and much love.
I'm Nettie with Mal and Nettie, living through Zipco List, sending love your way.
Bye, all.
Bye, y'all.